Now we talk about triple scalar product. So what is triple scalar product? Triple scalar product is nothing but it involves three vectors and results into a scalar, that is into a number only. It has no direction. So what we do is first we do the cross product to get a vector, and then we do the dot product with of that resultant vector with another vector to get a scalar. So in triple product, let us consider the triple scalar product of vector A, B and C. Now let us define vector A as AXI cap plus AYJ cap plus AZK cap. Vector B as BXI cap plus BYJ cap plus BZK cap, and vector C as CXI cap plus CYJ cap plus CZK cap. So what we basically do in triple scalar product is we first do the cross product to get a vector, and then we'll do the dot product of that resultant vector with the third or left out vector to get a scalar. So for example, we need to find A dot B cross C. So what we do is we find out B cross C first to get a vector, and then do the dot product of B cross C with A vector, so that we ultimately result in a scalar. This can also be written in matrix form as AX, AY, AZ, BX, BY, BZ and CX, CY, CZ. Sorry. Now, so coming to its properties, it can be represented as A dot B cross C can basically be represented as A dot B cross C can be represented as A, B and C in third bracket. Also, there's another property associated with it, that which says that A dot B cross C will give the same value as B dot C cross A, which again will give the same value as C dot A cross B. Alright, so what we can write is, inside third bracket, ABC is equals to BCA is equal to CAB. Alright. Now coming to its physical meaning, what does A dot B cross C physically mean? The answer to this question is, it basically means the volume of a parallelopipedo. What is a parallelopipedo? It is basically a three-dimensional figure, just like a cube with six faces, and each faces being a parallelogram and not a square. So a parallelopipedo is a three-dimensional parallelogram which has a height along with its length and breadth. So what does A dot B cross C? Let us look into it. For example, let us consider a parallelopipedo with whose A is AI cap, B is BJ cap, and C is CK cap. Now AI cap being its length, BJ cap being its breadth, and CK cap being its height, what we know that a volume, if length, breadth and height of a parallelepiped is given, its volume would be definitely ABC, length into breadth, that is area, into height, which gives us the volume. So let us now mathematically prove this. So we know that we have said that the volume of a parallelepiped will be A dot B cross C. So which is AI cap dot BJ cap cross CK cap. Now A, B and C being constant comes out. So what we are left with is I cap dot J cap cross K cap. Now we have just learned in the previous video that J cross K is nothing but I cap. Now I cap dot I cap is again nothing but 1. So look, A dot B cross C gives nothing but ABC, which is the volume of a parallelepiped. Earlier we had learned about collinear vectors. Now as an application of scalar triple product, we'll learn a new term which is coplanar. So what exactly are coplanar vectors? Consider 4 points or 3 vectors. How can 4 points make 3 vectors? Let us see. Point 1, point 2, point 3 and point 4. So 4 points make 3 vectors, that is joining them vector 1, vector 2 and vector 3. So if 4 points or 3 vectors lie on a plane, then they are said to be coplanar. Coplanar, as the name suggests, coplanar means they exist in the same plane. Coplanar. Alright. So how do we prove it? Now we know. Let us name these vectors. Vector A, vector B and vector C. So we know that B cross C would lie outward the plane and vector A would make 90 with B cross C, because B cross C would lie outward the plane towards us, and since the vector is pointing towards us, so any vector which is pointing towards us will make 90 with any vector which is on the plane of this board. So 90 means A will make 90 with B cross C, and A is in dot product with B cross C. So dot product gives cos theta, and cos 90 is basically 0. So what happens is, initially we find b cross c, and b cross c comes out to be cross c comes out to be in a plane that is perpendicular to the plane containing a, and so a makes 90 degree with the vector which is b cross c, which is the resultant of b cross c. So 90 degree means cos 90 means 0. So a dot b cross c will give 0. So for 3 vectors or 4 points to be coplanar, a dot b cross c needs to be 0. Physically, what does it represent? Physically, it represents that it has got no volume, because the concept of volume is in 3D plane, and coplanar means they all lie in the same plane. So in one plane, in a plane, you cannot actually have volume. So in 2D there is no concept of volume. Volume comes with the concept of 3D. And coplanar means lying on the same plane. So in one plane you cannot have volume. So basically, physically it means that something which has got no volume. So a dot b cross c is equal to 0 implies no volume. Now we have